Atlanta, live from K.L.P Studios. Shush. Ever wonder what went down behind the scenes of our top stories?
Say what?
Then tune into What Had Happened Was, the only radio station that takes you straight to the source. From coast to coast, tune in now as we dive deep into the stories, the drama, and the moments that shape the culture with
The swanky one, new K.L.P.
and
With your girl, Evelyn Letitia.
live, Swanky 93.3 and the Heat 94.6 radio stations, or wherever you get your podcasts from.
Feels good. Yeah. Yo.
Yo.
You know what that is.
Y'all know it. Hey.
Yo.
What had happened was,
We back.
Back in the studio.
We back.
what had happened was,
Hey.
what had happened was,
Got the level sounding right. Volume sounding right.
was,
Topics ready to go. Hey.
was.
Evelyn's here.
Evelyn is here, baby. And K.L.P. Kennedy. On this episode of
What had happened was,
we gonna bring y'all all that cool
We gonna
stuff.
bring it.
You know
We
what I'm
gonna
talking
bring
about?
what had happened was.
Ladies and gentlemen, I know we've been gone too long. I get it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another exciting podcast here today. This is
What had happened was,
with your boy K.L.P. Healthy. Healthy, in great spirits. I sent a prayer to my Lord and Savior this morning. We got the studio set up, the lights turned on, the cameras are ready to rock and roll. And I know it's been a minute. We've been gone, and let me tell you.
Stay out of our business.
Thank you. That's what I really want to say. But to our fan base, we've had a scheduling thing. We had a lot of things that was going on personally, right? It does happen when we have personal things going on. I won't dabble into too much of our personals that's been going on. But last week we were going to be returning, but Evelyn, your boy got sick, minor cold. I had to shut down all podcast shows because I was just sick and I just wasn't feeling good. But now I'm feeling great. Back with another exciting episode. And then to my right, the talented, the incredible
Come on now.
Evelyn Letitia's here in the building, ladies and gentlemen. E, what's going on with you, E? What's been
Everything
up?
is going good. We basically want to let y'all know that.
Yes. Hey.
In case y'all forgot. Everything has
I love that. I love it.
Shout out to Tisha Campbell. Tisha
Yes.
said, I'm still here. I'm sorry. I feel
I
so
love it.
goofy this morning.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, like you said, a lot's been going
lot.
on. Working behind the scenes, doing a whole lot of projects. Been working out, hitting this gym. I'm a little sore today, y'all.
She's been hitting. Let me tell you, if you guys don't follow, you follow our Instagram, but follow her personal Instagram as well, because let me tell you, and her stories be banging too.
They do.
Like, she in the gym, she clanging and banging. She
Let me
really
tell
getting
you,
it in.
I'm staying so like I've been really going hard the last 2 months. Basketball on Sundays,
Hey.
picking up. I
Love
got co-ed flag football on Wednesdays. I got a game tonight. I
Right
have
when you leave the studio,
yeah.
jet to a game.
I have nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday.
And they use that. They use that.
Oh my God! But it be hitting though.
It do hit in some of the videos. Yes.
My workout partner, we go to the gym. We lift weights together. We try to get at least 4 days in a week. Sometimes we get 5, maybe 6, but at least 4. And then I'm still doing Muay Thai, kickboxing. So this body is tightening up in places.
Yes.
Things. I need a deep tissue massage. I really do. But last time I did that deep tissue massage, I like to come off the people tape. I almost punched that lady in her forehead. That thing hurt so bad. It's like it's needed. But y'all don't know what that pain feel like when your muscles need to be released and they got their thumbs and they pushing and the elbows. I'm like, ma'am, let me live.
Like, give me a minute. Let me breathe. This hurts.
I just came here to dance for y'all. Like, Let me live.
Wow.
But all of that's going on in the background as far as the fitness and the health.
I love
But
this. I love to see it.
projects.
Oh yeah.
First of all, if you haven't seen it
some.
yet, on Tubi, there's 2 movies out right now. Born Again Baddie, I'm in that. And then the second one is Bloodlines. I'm in that one as well. And the writer and director of Bloodlines, Q Will, has a project out. He's an alum of North Carolina A&T, Aggie Pride. And so we have a short that's going to be coming out called Aggie Pride that centers around the Greensboro 4 or the North Carolina A&T 4. For those who don't know who those are, it was 4 young black men who were freshmen at North Carolina A&T back in 1960. They staged a sit-in at a lunch counter at a Woolworths. And that kind of sparked this moment in time that kind of led to the civil rights movement and things to come. And recently, one of those 4 gentlemen passed away in September, and so now there's only one remaining legend, and we want to make sure that their story, that their legacy, that it didn't happen in vain, that we keep it alive. Because in this country right now, there's a real process of them trying to erase history, or what we like to say, also whitewash history, or act like things just never occurred, that we just are always in harmony, and things really wasn't that bad back then. But that's far from the truth. So we're trying to keep it alive. So right now we have this campaign going on.
Hey.
This
What's
campaign
about? Let me get this button ready.
I'll get that button ready. The campaign is on a platform called Seed and Spark, right? The neat thing about Seed and Spark is you can make a pledge, a donation pledge.
Yes.
And you don't have to worry about, I don't have the money right now, or, the way you do it is you go onto our site, which is Seed and Spark, and we'll make sure we put that, so you can get to it. And if you go to my Instagram page, it's also in my profile, my bio link. But it's seedandspark.com/fun/Aggie -pride-1. And when you get to it, it gives you a whole background of what the project is. Seed and Spark, you can make a pledge, and no money is deducted from your account until the campaign ends. And our campaign end date is October the 27th.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can donate and make a pledge. We also have on our Seed and Spark page a breakdown of where the funds are allotted to, what our budget is based off of. We have a wish list. If you say, I want to make a pledge, or I also want to help purchase some things, we have a wish list of things broken down to what you can help with, like props, location calls. If you want to be somebody that sponsors feeding the cast and crew for a day, we're going to have a 4-day shoot. So we have that broken down here. Some more videos, our team that we have, you can read about us in our bios. It's an amazing project. We've been having production meetings on Wednesdays, gearing up, because we want to make sure that we keep this story and this legacy alive. So we really much would appreciate your help. No donation is too small. So if you say, I got this 50 cents, just send that 50 cents.
Send it on over.
But if you know some people that got a little baller, a little deep pockets, share this link with them and everything, let them know about it. And if you if you're the person that just says, you know what, Evelyn, I really want to donate, I really want to pledge, but I just don't have it. We sincerely understand. Like, this economy is not...
It's tough right here.
Child.
It's tough.
Hard out here for a pimp.
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth?
So if you say, I don't have the money, I don't have the funds, I ain't going to have it today, I ain't going to have it October 27th when the campaign ends. The things that you can do is still go to the link. You can go on our page there. You can hit follow. The more followers we get, it unlocks certain incentives for our production team to get like discounts and things as well. So even if you can't do a pledge, go ahead and follow, share the link, share it to other people. Make sure that we keep the stories alive of our people who left legacies here that we benefit from today. So again, that film is called Aggie Pride, and we're on Seed and Spark. We'll make sure we put the link in the description of this podcast video when it goes up. So
love it. Love it. It's all creative too. It's very, very creative when it comes down to it.
Yeah.
Very, very excited for that as well. I look forward to this project as well. Seeing the growth of this, and to be a part of it as part of seeding and giving back and sharing. And of course, with the podcast, it helps get the word out there too.
Absolutely.
Guys, if you're able to do it, it's on the site. Donate. But if you're not able to do it right now, like E said, the economy is tough right now. Share it on your social media because you never know.
Please
Follow. So it's good to see that you're doing something really, really dope.
Yeah.
Congratulations on those 2 movies, by the way. I had to get you your button when it comes down to it as well. Very, very excited to see you back to the TV world, the streaming world yet again.
I love it.
You love it?
I'm in great love.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And I've been seeing them commercials too.
Yeah, I had 2 commercials from Kenmore. Yeah, and then there were 2 other commercials that we, a small little, I was the talent, and 2 others. We did 2 Doritos commercials that we submitted for the Super Bowl last year when they had their competition going on. We didn't make the finalists, but nonetheless, it was some great work that we got to do together, and I thought it was hilarious. Like we had a good job. So hopefully we get to do that again this year. But yeah, fun times.
Fun times. I love it.
Times.
I love it. I love it. But finally rested and recovered from sickness, from colds. I say to a lot of people in other shows too, get that emergency, that immune system. Drink that, mix it with some juice or some water. Get your immune system boosted, y'all, because it is getting fall season. Yeah. And it hit me like out of nowhere.
And the simple thing that many people can do that they just I don't know why they refuse. Wash your hands.
That too. Sanitize.
Y'all, some of y'all be nasty. Like I go in the bathroom, right? And I hear a woman come out the stall or whatever. And then she better wash. I ain't heard no water, and I just go.
Uh-oh.
How you leave out the bathroom and wash your hand, no hands, no nothing?
I've seen a lot of dudes do that at the gym lately too. They just
good
enough. I'm like,
and this why you can't eat at everybody's house either, because they don't be washing their hands. Let me tell you something. Germs, the quickest way that germs pass people is hands. People don't wash their hands, and in them same dirty hands, you go handshake, you dubbing it up.
Yes.
Then you also are infecting yourself because you got all these germs in your hand. And what do people do? They're playing in their face. They're playing in their eyes. They're digging up their nose, in their ears. The eyes, the nose, the ears, and the mouth are the easiest ways for bacteria to get inside the body. Those are the most common areas, and then people end up with head colds and sinus infection. Wash your hands.
Me last week.
Like, please wash your hands. And if you got to sneeze, don't be sneezing and coughing all over people. I can't stand that either. Like, we in a public space, and you got room to move away from people to go cough or sneeze, and here you go. I'm like, what?
I turn away or do this or like, hold on.
Yeah, like sneeze in a cough. Yeah, the one thing I love is when I was coming up through school and I was a teacher cadet. So I got to my senior year, I helped with 4th grade PE, and I also had preschoolers. And preschoolers, we would teach them how to sneeze without getting it everywhere. Yeah. We would tell them, you're a superhero with a cape. You take your cape and you sneeze. And like it was effective. Cause let me tell you something. It's something about them 3 and 4-year-olds in pre-K. Yeah. When they sneeze, every bit of mucus in their body come out their nose. I'm like, oh God. This one little girl, she just always had this little runny nose, and they wouldn't call me Miss Evelyn. They couldn't say Evelyn for some reason. Oh. They was like, Miss Evan, I need some tissue.
That's cute.
It was so
That's kind of cute.
But we taught them, you take your arm and you pull the cape around and you sneeze in the corner, the crack of your elbow.
Oh man!
And that would help keep some of the germs.
Yeah, that's cute.
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands,
like
folks.
Yeah,
wash your hands, folks.
And keep your hands out of your face and stuff like that.
Yes.
Big nasty.
Big nasty. But doing that, filming some sports tomorrow. I got a game tomorrow. Actually, been pushed up to Thursday tomorrow, but Thursday we back. It feels good to be back filming from like when you've been sick and you had to cancel last week's stream or last week's broadcast. Yeah. And then you say, "Hey, Kitty, you feel better? Are you gonna be there tomorrow?" Like, yeah, I'm good. We're gonna be there. So very good. Better. Oh man, it's one of those things. Documentary's coming along really well too.
It is okay.
Dear Isaiah, it's the filming part is done. So it's the editing, it's the post production that's next.
Are you doing all that, or do you have an editor and colorist?
I'm doing it all for right now, but I'm thinking about trying to get a color corrector. Is it colorist? Colorist, and seeing about an editor, just depending on the cost, because we're doing it for a foundation and stuff, so we just have to kind of make sure we're not overspending in that. But I'm thinking about it. It just depends on how well we get the work done, because there are some things that are changing film wise with K.L.P Entertainment, so it's a lot going on.
Well, I'm sure that it's going to come out amazing. Yeah. You do such great, thorough work.
Thank you.
And you actually like what you do. You love what you do, which when someone is putting the love and joy into a project that they're doing, the quality of it, you can tell that in the quality of it. Like sometimes when I be watching stuff that people put out, I'm like, y'all didn't like that movie. Y'all didn't like that. You didn't believe in your project. Because ain't no way you would have let just like, okay, we're just going to ride with this. Like, you didn't really believe in it the way you should have, like, to put that out. Nope. But it's your prerogative.
It's your prerogative. And it sucks because when they put it out, they joke about it like, oh, that's a Tubi movie? It's a Tubi movie. Yeah. People sleep on Tubi, though. And that sucks because me and you both got projects on Tubi.
Like, so first of all, they put classics, so classic TV shows, classic movies are on there that, especially that I grew up with, that I watched, that I can watch a million times over. There are some amazing series on there. People I know personally have amazing series on there, film and everything like that. But what happens is people will find something that is trash. We don't call it what it is. It's trash. The sound's trash. The storyline trash. The acting trash. But they'll take that out of all the great stuff that's on there. They'll take that trash project, bring it to social media, and they'll use it as content to get laughs. Yeah. But then the laughs become a reality for some folks, because now you're trying to make it seem like that's all that Tubi has to offer, and it's not. And people run with that. And so, like, I actually don't, like, behind the scenes, friends, so we've shared some of those trash things, like, girl, where that gun come from all of a sudden? Like, now, why would they do that? Like, we'll talk about behind it, but I'm never going to platform it to uplift and push the negative stuff on the public when there's so much good stuff that's on there. Yeah. So, yeah, but Tubi is a good platform. Why y'all laughing now? Good. You better be glad it's still free.
Yeah, I know. Before they start charging you. Like they're charging everything else. And we'll go on to the topics. I might got another project that I'm thinking about writing and producing. It's another documentary, but it might be something for Valentine's Day for next year.
Okay.
I'm going to wait for that announcement because it's in alpha mode. It's still, but it might be. It might be funny, but then it's my perspective. So y'all wait for that announcement later on. We mentioned about somebody who believes in their craft and believes in their storyline.
What had happened was...
And I'm really glad to see that this person stayed true to themselves. Of course, Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
Jimmy Kimmel is officially back with ABC. Partnered with, Disney. I wanted to give my take on this whole ordeal. And for all of the people that, because we've talked about politics a little bit in our show, we won't dabble into the Charlie Kirk situation on this episode because we got enough of that on the media. We wanted to give you guys a different perspective on Jimmy Kimmel specifically. I was very sad at first when he was suspended or possibly canceled, because when it comes down to talk show hosts, I feel it's very important that they're able to have their voice and to say their opinions and to say what they feel on certain things and not have to have where my job might be threatened. Yeah. And I think I'm seeing that now, not only in Jimmy Kimmel, but in sports too, from my side of view, where commentators, they get paid to state their opinion, not be offensive to people, have sensitivity training and watch what you say. Of course, you don't want to say something super offensive, but to be objective, you can't even do that anymore, right? If you work for a big network. And that just kind of, it makes it nervous for talk show hosts. And commentators and sports analysts that work for these big networks, because you do have to be careful what you say.
And it's an even different lane when you got commentators like that who are the comic relief to all the heavy stuff that we're going through. So you think about the Colbert's, the Stewarts, the Fallon, the
Seth Meyers,
all of them, like, in a world where there's so much heaviness going on. I like being able to get the current events that the news is giving us, but we get some kind of comic relief to it underneath. There's a comedic tone to it. It's almost like they're the ones that literally let us live out that, laugh to keep from crying.
Yes.
Because when you turn to the news, it's just negative. And it's like, okay, can we have one positive story just wedged in there somewhere? Or can we laugh? But you don't get that with the news outlets. So these late night hosts, they give us that mixture of you getting both. You're going to get all the stuff that's coming out, the facts, the truth, all that kind of stuff. But you're also going to get a moment to laugh.
To just
and
breathe for a second.
Because
everybody goes out there, they either punch a time clock or running a business, and these things become stressful.
Yeah.
They come home, hey, Jimmy Kimmel's on, I'm going to cook me some dinner, and I'm going to laugh and just kind of relax for the rest of the night. It's that moment to just, okay, I had a hard day, but I'm home now. I can forget about the hard day I just had. I can watch Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon or Seth Meyers, any one of them, comedic laugh while I'm eating dinner, so that way I have a better active sleep.
Yeah, and those commentators, especially when it comes to political climate, they've always been the ones to kind of be able to weather the storm and help direct the traffic and get people, that kind of stuff. So it's like, now with the political climate as tense as it is,
it's tense,
they're needed more than ever. Like, that comic relief is needed. The sad thing is, though, the person who's at the helm of being the commander-in-chief can't take a joke, but is a joke to everybody for the most part, but also jokes on everybody. Yeah. Like, you can't be up here spewing all of this, hateful rhetoric and divisiveness and all the kind of stuff, and joking about people. He's joked about people's disabilities. He's joked about, but then when someone jokes on you, you get offended and you try to stumble on people's their First
Amendment rights.
It's been a crazy ride,
and it's Jimmy Kim. That's his job.
Yeah,
he's not gonna want to do anything else but have his own show. That's his lane, right? And if he didn't have his show, what would Jimmy Kimmel do? Personally, if Jimmy Kimmel wasn't on ABC, then if I was, I don't know about NBC and CBS. I don't know, because a lot of the other talk shows are on those networks, and then they might be on that what we call a hit list, right? Jimmy Kimmel could do his own network or like think creatively on doing a show not for a major network, right? We see it all the time when it comes down to podcasters. Where we're not on
Hold on, let's do that again. Say podcasters.
We've seen it on a lot of podcasters like us that do, iHeart and Spotify and YouTube. And they're big companies too, but like they're not on major networks, and there's a lot more freedom. There's a lot more freedom. So even TikTok, you can get creative with your content for Jimmy Kimmel.
I've seen that with Don Lemon. Once Don Lemon was let go, him on his own podcast now, there's so much more he can say and do. I enjoy watching his stuff.
It's amazing. I enjoy Don Lemon. I enjoy Stephen A. Smith when he's not. Now ESPN, thank God they're not thinking. They're kind of, but they're not. They don't talk about politics when it comes down to ESPN. Thank God. But when Stephen A. Smith does his spinoff podcast where it's not ESPN affiliate, that man opens up.
Yeah, and Stephen A. He just be, to me.
For an example. There's a lot of other sports shows. Pat McAfee's different too, because he can say whatever he wants, and he's there's no repercussions for him. But I love it that you can think creatively on thinking outside the box, and Jimmy Kimmel could do that. But I get being signed to a big network like ABC and Disney because there's more money that's involved, right? So I understand it.
And we talked about Tubi just a while ago with the streaming services. Disney found out real quick.
Yeah.
Like when people started canceling their Hulu and Disney subscriptions, and they were losing like over $1 billion. They said it was count. Man. They had to rethink it. But like, look at the power in that.
Yeah.
That's the same wherewithal and energy you need to have for everything. Yep. When they're trying to silence us and take away our First Amendment right, that's how we should be coming together. It should have never have taken Jimmy Kimmel getting kicked off the air for us to realize that. But now that we're here, that energy needs to stay present. Yeah, it does. Because these big corporations, the one fear they have is losing their money. And when people started deleting them, accounts, and I think you were saying earlier that they're trying to up the price now to recoup that. Yep. I think that's going to backfire too, because what more people are seeing nowadays is, you know what, I can live without these streaming services. Yeah. And they'll hop onto another platform like, I'll just go on YouTube and watch something. Yeah. Or most people still got them Fire Sticks that they can jailbreak. So they'll find a way. Those.
And if I was CEO of Pluto TV or Fubo TV,
which are free, child,
I would think creatively how they can make so much money and beat out that, because that's the competition, right? Same thing with Tubi, right? It's the mainstream competition. How can we be different, and how can we change the game, right? Netflix is expensive, and we're still talking about Jimmy Kimmel, but Netflix thinking about doing a podcast thing. That will be good competition, but how would you be different for us consumers, so that way we're not spending more money on this thing, right?
The thing with Netflix, if they did that, it definitely would allow people to have their First Amendment right. Yeah. Because Netflix, even with the comedy specials you see, they let these people go in. But the thing is, though, they're going to be giving these people like $60 to $70 million contract, which means the consumers, for us to even see it, the price gonna go up some more. Yeah. When I first got Netflix, I think I was at around $6 or $7. That last bill said $19. I'm like, y'all about to go.
I remember Netflix kicked off when I was like freshman in college. It kicked off before when I went to college, but I really got into it in college, because you're in college. $7.99 for streaming. Okay, we'll do that. You know, and the school I went to, I think GGC had cable, but not people utilize cable. Right? It's all streaming. So I think if I was Pluto and Fubo, I would think creatively to where consumers are not spending more, and then they're going to jump on those platforms for not spending a whole heck of a lot of money. Disney's increasing their pricing. Right? Because Jimmy Kimmel suspended at first. They lost millions upon, I want to say billions. Right? Now, I feel like consumers were going to get punished because they lost the money. So now they're going to increase it. Well, Jimmy Kimmel's back now. Well, we're going to increase it, the monthly plan, so we can recruit
I can't keep doing these increases. First of all, I got rid of my cable years back. When I say years back, it's because, what I was spending in cable, I think I was paying like $60, $70 something at the time. And then that's when Netflix came out, and then I had gotten a new phone, and with my new AT&T plan, it came with HBO Max free. Yeah. So I'm like, I don't need this cable. Yeah. So I got rid of my cable. But now all these streaming services, when you add it all up, I'm paying just as much, if not more, for cable. Yep. So I'm like, even cable, y'all better take advantage. Yeah. Come on back around full circle.
And I think it's for Hulu, and they're not making. As of late, Hulu hasn't made except for Reasonable Doubt. I don't know if that's Hulu exclusive, but like exclusive shows for streaming, they haven't been bangers.
Reasonable Doubt,
right? So they're recycling the same shows, but we're paying more for it. Yeah, right. Netflix is kind of changing it a little bit, because now we got a little bit more Netflix originals, and their documentary department's pretty good right now.
I got Peacock as well.
Peacock.
I like Peacock because over there is where Law and Order started out over on Hulu, right? But then when they picked up and continued the seasons on, Law and Order, SVU, and what's the other one? The one with Stabler. I can't think of the name of it right now. But those two are exclusively on Peacock. So that's why I keep those, and then when Kevin Hart little movie came out, Fight Night. So some good stuff is going on over there on Peacock. Yeah, and then I got friends also that has films over there. Some of the people I've worked with. So
that's cool. I like that.
So far, Peacock, y'all been Y'all been not increasing price.
We're increasing the prices because we're merging with somebody.
I relate though. You better not increase them prices.
It's gonna happen. Watch. It's gonna happen. It's the same thing as car insurance, any type of insurance. It's gonna go up each time now.
But you know what? The one thing about me personally, I can't speak for everybody else. If I have to or need to get rid of all those streaming sites and everything, I can free myself from them. And I know that's not easy for everybody to say because some people just feel like they gotta have it. I'm like, it's gonna get to a point where let all them go and go back to really reading. Yeah. You know, listen to music, take a walk, like unplugging. I remember being in college and going on some mission trips and stuff like that, and we went to some areas that did not have like Wi-Fi and all kind of stuff. Yeah. First time I went to one of my first ones was to the Bahamas. We went to a place called Tarpon Bay, Luthra.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, and of course now they have more access to Wi-Fi and stuff. But that very first trip we had, we were totally disconnected from the grid. Like there was no internet, no phone, stuff like that. And it was one of the most freeing weeks of my life. Not having to get online and check emails, not worry about somebody blowing up your phone. Like, we really got to just enjoy helping the people, being a part of the community, walking around the streets. I felt so free. And so, like, this day, I'm like, you know what? If I got to release all of these things, I will.
Or you ain't got to worry about who died, because that's the newest thing, the craziest thing right now. Every day somebody's dying, and everybody's trying to catch the story.
There's a saying that the old people used to say, man, people dying that ain't never died before.
I've never heard that, but...
That's what makes it so funny. Yeah. It's like, of course they ain't died before if they died now.
Yeah. Well, they chasing the story. As soon as somebody get whiff of somebody die. Oh.
But there'd be some elders who would say stuff like that. It's like you know they're trying to say something deep and wise. Yeah. But when you think about it, like, come on, that don't make no sense. Yeah. Hey, people dying that ain't never died before.
Did they look down and do that too? Because old people, they be like,
people dying.
Yeah. But like I say, shout out to Jimmy Kimmel. I'm glad he's back. I'm glad to see he's still kicking it with his show.
And shout out for people standing up for First Amendment rights.
Because Jimmy, along with Fallon and Myers and everybody, Jimmy Kimmel has a lot of staff members that help him do his show. It's not just him running the whole show. It's a whole slew of people. Hundreds of people work on Jimmy Kimmel's show. And if you don't have a show, they ain't got jobs. Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm glad that Jimmy Kimmel's back. He did mention that, speaking up and making a voice. I'm here for that. I'm here for that for talk show hosts, commentators, podcasters like us. Speak up. I was going too fast. I was trying to catch it But that voice is amazing. Jimmy Kimmel's funny. Take it or leave it. Jimmy Kimmel is funny. So
we're gonna move on to our next topic.
What happened, E?
Well, on this, we spoke a few weeks back on another episode about Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Yes, we did.
And tragic loss of his life. And during that time when all the reports were coming out, there was reports that his daughter was in the water with him. Mm-hmm. And since then, we've gotten some more updates about this. So we just wanted to circle back around real quickly to give you that. Mainly his mom was able to sit down with Robin Roberts and give an interview and talk about what actually happened. And what we learned is that his daughter actually was not in the water with him. She was on the shore. And he was in the water, and another gentleman was in the water. They both got pulled out to a current, rip current. And the other gentleman, he was a more experienced swimmer, was able to get out of it, and Malcolm was not. Mm-hmm. So we're going to listen to his mom in this interview with Robin Roberts for a second here. Well, hold on. That's if I unmute it. Let me unmute it.
She was on shore. She was not in the water. He was with another gentleman. The same thing happened to the other gentleman, but he was a more experienced swimmer, and he was able to rescue himself. But Malcolm was not. That's the physical part of it, but the spiritual part of it was his time. That was his time, and that was the manner in which he was to transition. And this is what I believe and what I feel.
Pamela says she is comforted by the deep conversations they shared through the years.
I'm very grateful that I was chosen to be his mother. I think more than anything, I'm at peace with everything that happened. There was nothing left on the table. There was no shoulda, coulda, woulda. I wish I had said this. I wish I had done this. I don't have that. I feel that our journey together as mother and son was complete.
You have known she was on.
So that was hearing from Malcolm Jamal Warner's mother. She was on Good Morning America. This was from September 16th, like I said, a couple of weeks back. And just watching her, seeing the level of peace upon her.
That's so strong.
Yeah.
Right.
And you know what? It made me think about something. As much as we grieve the loss of someone when they leave this realm, because I believe that our spirit and our energy does transfer.
I think so too. I think that too.
But as much as we are in a way of grief and sadness, there's something to be said about when you have peace and y'all had a certain type of relationship, that you can have this level of comfort and being okay. Yeah. And a lot of times when I'm talking about death to people, I tell people, I said, I don't talk often with everyone because they don't understand just how much I'm content and cool, calm, and collected when it comes to death, because of what I believe, and just to see the peace on her face. I believe every word she said about, nothing was left unsaid, nothing was left undone. He went at the time that was supposed to be for him. I just think about, that I think more and more people, yes, you will still miss that person if they were gone, but I think more and more people will have peace. Yeah. If in life there was more reconciliation, or you actually took the time to not second guess saying things to people. If you want to tell somebody I love you, say it. Yeah. If you want to tell somebody, hey, I was just thinking about you today, I decided to call, do it.
Yeah. I think that's the most important thing when it comes down to saying I love you to someone, because you just never know. Yeah. I think this kind of reminds me of, and I obviously we didn't know Malcolm Jamal Warner personally, but what if he had some pain? I'm not saying he did. He probably didn't, but I bring that up to say, so a couple of days ago, we had, for my dad's side, we had remembered it has been officially 1 year ago since his mom died, my grandma. And I think about that all the time the last few days. And the way I see it when someone like my grandma, both my grandmas that passed away, that I also think about, man, if I would have had like one more time to talk to them. Or there's a song from Bone Thugs and Tank. It's called If Heaven Had a Cell Phone. Good song. It's like, I wish Heaven had a cell phone. I can just ring them up and say, hey, are you okay? But you can't. Yeah. And I think about these things, and I think about the pain that they had, right? Both grandmothers getting a little bit older. Both of them being diabetic, but one had, I forgot what the disease was called, but it was the disease where she couldn't remember a lot.
Dementia, Alzheimer's?
I think it was the Alzheimer's, I think. Dan, I'm sorry if I didn't know the exact disease, but it was one of those things, and, she would not remember a lot, and it would hurt, right? And a little bit of my other grandma had that same thing, and I always think about, we're sad about it, but I know that they're now resting. They're not in pain. Yeah. They're not hurt anymore. And I think when people have relatives that were in pain and they're now either lost their fight with any type of cancer, or they passed due to an illness, well, they're not in pain anymore. So I wonder, again, we didn't know Malcolm Jamal Warner, but was he in pain? Right? I always think about these things when I think about imminent death or somebody's passing. Yeah. His mother is so strong. She is. That interview, like, you can see a little bit of sadness, but like she's really, really strong than a lot of people that are grieving from a death, from a close relative. So it's really, I got to say, it's very incredible for her to have that, and to go in the interview and just say, hey, I'm at peace with it. And they had such a good relationship, him being the actor, famous actor, musician, right? I do think he lived a full life. I think if he was still with us, there was a lot more he could do.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Because he's young.
He was so
too.
talented.
So talented, so young, musician, great at, and minus the Cosby Show, because again, that was one of his big roles. But to see him outside the Cosby Show in other shows, and to see that range of him acting outside of him being Theo, man, that's incredible. That's incredible.
Shout out to his mom.
Shout out to his mama. And on that note, I say to a lot of people, hey, say I love you to your close relatives.
Yeah.
It is one of those things. I say to close relatives, if you've bickered with your close relative, if you have some disagreements, whether it's politics or emotional, call them, hit them up, say I love you, just thinking about you today, didn't want nothing. I think that's very important. I love PSA.
Well, we're gonna move on.
Moving on up. Moving on up.
What had happened was
To the east side.
up.
Okay. Yeah, so moving on what had happened was me and E got this we call it our podcast topics. And E, let me tell you, she finds the juiciest of the juiciest. Juiciest of the juiciest. So we've got a kind of a series here, relating a little bit to our culture. You know. So here's the headlines, here's the story. Another credible Black woman inventor has had had her product marketed and content stolen from someone claiming to be the original inventor. Of course, Corinne Marie created the bookmark purse and started selling it at the end of 2024. By the spring of 2025, another woman named Shelly Beans was selling the same product while claiming she was the original creator. And I'm going to read more on this, but
First of all, the name Shelly Beans, she already sounds like she steal.
yeah.
That
It's very, very...
it's given I steal or I'm down at the paint.
Yeah. I think, and it sucks for people stealing other products. I wonder, is this pure desperation? Because we mentioned earlier that, our economy is a little bit tricky nowadays. It's a little tough out here. We said it, it's hard out here for a pimp, right?
Yeah.
That's the joke. But I wonder why that might have been the reason why she did these things. I'm very sad about this one because, it is one of those things that, we as a society, we want to create these things that is very unique. I do say that if you create something, get a patent for it first, copyright it first, before even selling, just because it's for safety precaution. So we do have a video.
Let me play this video.
To explain more on this story, and I'll read more and I'll give my more takes on it as well when it comes down to it.
Corinne Marie is another Black woman innovator that created a product called the bookmark.
what had
The
happened
bookmark
was
it's a bookmark with a purse handle where you can fashionably carry your book.
Oh, that's fire.
It's
It
so
is fire.
fire. It's amazing. She started selling this product in the fall of 2024. It became highly successful. Her post went viral on TikTok. Everybody on BookTok wanted one of these things. And then fast forward to July of this year, Shelly Beans has started selling a bookmark purse and claiming that she is the creator and the inventor of the bookmark. Once again, the TikTok community has stepped up. They are definitely calling it out
Okay.
as another woman having her Black ideas stolen. And so I wanted to, again, bring attention to this because I have not seen this on any Black media platform. But again, I want to bring up this conversation about another Black innovator having their IP stolen by somebody.
So another creator is copying my business, my content, my marketing, and then claiming to be the original creator.
Corinne Marie is...
I gotta say that's just disgusting.
Yeah.
It really is, because I think everybody can be creative once they have a great idea. I also think creators, when they have this idea, they do a lot of investigation, right? They say, is this something that is available out there already? right? When we even formed the podcast, we had quite a few names, but we had to do our research. Say, hey, is there another show that has the same title, the same format? How can we make this completely different from the person that is already out there? Because you don't want to steal somebody else's idea. I think it's very, very sad. This is what we said about Jimmy Kimmel and having audiences speak out. I'm glad for this. People are speaking out and saying, hey,
be on it.
TikTok is going to be on it. I do think this is a very dope idea. I wonder when you're reading a book, maybe because it's called the Bookmark Purse, right? Yeah. I see this product not only as a creative idea. I think a lot of people that rock purses, they're not going to... They might read the book, but they might just do it because of the style and the look and how cool and unique it is. Yeah. But you might have some people that actually going to read the book and say, okay, let's bookmark it and rock it, right? Because that's the kind of the premise
as somebody who does not like, I'll buy purses and I only would use them for like some formal type setting.
Yeah,
I don't really like to carry purses because I like to be hands free. Mm-hmm. So you be like, where your keys at? Somewhere in my bra. It's just, I don't like that. It be tucked in somewhere. Like, I got it somewhere. It's somewhere. Yeah. But with this, because I love to read, I know after I'm like finished and I'm going to do something, I'm not going to want to hold that book in my hand. This is perfect for me. Even though I don't carry a purse, this will free up my hands from that book. Yeah. So I like the invention.
I think, excuse me, when it comes down to it, it sucks for this amazing Black creator. Unfortunately, hopefully TikTok puts this out on blast for that other lady that's stealing ideas. But now and I'm just assuming that maybe what's her name, Corinne Marie, she might find different ways to switch up the style of the strap, maybe. Or
but that's the thing, though. If this is her, she shouldn't have to do that.
Yeah.
She shouldn't have to. And a week ago, she did love Corinne Marie. She did comment on this video. She said, "Thank you for this video. I so appreciate it. Mm-hmm. For those asking, I have a patent pending. Okay. It takes a minimum of 1 year to be granted." So she did have a patent that she's waiting for. She said, "I was told by attorneys that it would take up to 3 years because the patent office is so backed up. I'm doing my due diligence as a new business as best I can, and I'm so appreciative of the support. Thank you." So it wasn't even the case that she does it, and that happens a lot. Because the first thing people say, well, what was your patent? You need to patent your ideas. And it's not as simple as you think. You got to submit the paperwork. They got to get it. Yeah. They got to go through it, file it, all that kind of stuff, and if they're backed up, which lets you know how many inventions and stuff people are coming up with that the office is even backed up. Yeah. That it's taking a while.
I think people are confusing a patent and an LLC, I think because when you form an LLC, usually those are faster than getting a patent.
Yeah, and that's a business entity.
Yes. And I think people are confusing the two. Mm-hmm. And maybe why people are saying, oh, patent, you can do that and get it done in about a month. No, not necessarily for a patent. And I think that's where the crosshairs are. They're thinking patents are the same as LLC, and it's totally not. I think, I'm just assuming out there. This is a great idea, though. Yeah. It's a very, very dope idea. I see so many people rocking this concept. I would love to see, and I don't know how somebody's gonna prove it, but like, I don't want to stereotype, but and we don't gentrify either. If you are a male rocking a purse, we don't judge. But like, will there make a version for wallets for us, right? Or something or like I'm trying to explain it, but just something like more than just purses in the same kind of concept.
I think for people who don't want to carry like a purse, they can make the strap longer and have like
or a book bag.
They can have like the strap longer and have little stops where you can like stop where the book is and you can wear it across your body.
Yeah, like because I had one of those when I was in college, like an overarm book bag. Yeah, I think that would be a dope idea.
And I just want to say, Shelly Beans, quit stealing.
Quit stealing.
Ain't nobody likes a thief. Nobody likes a thief. Unless they're getting a little bit of the profit. But I digress. Shelly Beans, that name just throws me. It does. Is that your real name? Do your parents really name you Shelly Beans?
Shelly beans. Shelly beans. That sounds like a dish. Did you what I saw the Shelly beans?
I
Please?
told you it sounded like somebody coming to the stage.
Oh,
Shelly Beans.
Oh, I see what you said. Down to the peak. Yeah.
Down at the paint.
Yeah.
Down in the valley where the girls get naked.
I love that. I got two. We got a friend that's on the show, but I got two friends that's on the show.
I'm trying to get on there.
Yeah.
Let me stop. I forget I'm on a show and show out too much. They're gonna be like, ma'am, we didn't ask you to do all that.
Yeah.
Overbooked. We did not ask you to do all that. But in the spirit of Shelly Bean stealing, we got another one. This one doesn't
stealing.
Yeah. This one doesn't come with a video, but we'll read what the issue was. Mm-hmm. So there's a black woman who invented this magnetic clip. It's a huge clip where, you've got a ponytail. She has different shapes and everything that goes around the ponytail. Beautiful product.
Another dope idea.
This is from the page of Isaac Hayes III. It says, it looks like another example of black innovation being copied and stolen could be happening. Bree Braromi, which is BREBREROMI, and then Bree Rami Official, BREROMI Official, a black inventor, created a unique product that bundles hair and locks with colorful magnetic hair clicks. Her creation has now been allegedly copied by another woman, and now that woman is suing Bree and even sued an activist, Keandria, who came to Bree's defense. But where is black media? Not a post, but 25 posts. Not one 10-minute interview, but a 10-hour interviews. It says, this is the point. When threats like this hit our community, why are we not giving them repeated, consistent attention? It says, if anyone in the black media cares to explain why these conversations get 5 minutes on air or podcast, please let me know. Because this isn't black media. The silence when we need a megaphone, we need it. And so here we are. That's why, and I remember, I think this one and the one we just talked about, I went on and I said, definitely will bring attention on our podcast. Yes, so imagine you create this product. Mm-hmm. You create it. Another white person comes and makes the same similar product. Then when an activist, because TikTok, they came out and was like, no, this woman trying to steal this black girl's invention, blah, blah, blah. And an activist come. Now, white lady decides she wants to sue them for defamation of character. Ma'am, nobody can defame you. If you a thief, you a thief.
You're a thief.
What? But I ended up reading some of the comments down below, and I screen captured because I didn't want to lose it.
Yes.
I was like, let me make sure. So Keandria, the activist who spoke out on behalf of Bree, she said that since that story came out on TikTok, she said she has tried to hold me in contempt of court for things completely outside of my control. Like my followers speaking up once they learned someone was suing me. Mm-hmm. She's even sent emails threatening me with fines or jail time. On top of that, she took screenshots of unrelated posts where I was calling out racism and twisted them to make it look like I was threatening her. I have never reached out to her directly, yet she continues to falsely accuse me, weapon her victimhood, and trying to have me arrested. But let's be real. Who tries to lock up a civil rights activist for speaking out against racism? It's usually not the good guys. And she also said, thank you so much for sharing the story. It is definitely a perfect example of someone using the legal system to try and silence criticism of their unethical behavior. I want to make it clear. I cannot be silenced. I will continue to speak up. I will continue to stand firm. And I will continue to protect black women. We're not backing down. It ain't. We'll see this through, and we'll.
We will.
We will. The nerve of people.
Yeah, and I think, and it sucks, is people are getting bolder and bolder and bolder. They are.
It's crazy.
I think this is a fantastic invention because I have a lot of friends with locks, and they have to tie it up with a rubber band, and sometimes that doesn't work. That's why I think this is a very unique product because it's easier. It's magnetic. Anything magnetic is kind of cool in my eyes as a tech guy, but something like this is very, very needed for our culture and our style and texture of hair. Mm-hmm. And to see that people would do these things to use the legal system to silence people when they know they're wrong. And they say, hey, and what gets me is people don't have any remorse. Like and I would never do this. And God forbid if I do this, but I would feel some sort of remorse if I did something like this.
Yeah.
Right? I would feel some type of way. I would not feel as good. Right? But here's what I do know. Whatever you spread around comes back around. There's a such thing as good karma, and there is a thing as bad karma. I hate it that we can't create something that's dope without our counterparts having to take it, right? Now, I'm not saying solely on the white counterpart, any type of other counterpart than us, African-American folk, but it does rub me the wrong way when we're Black creatives and we have something that has never been done before. And we want to share within our culture, and we can't really share it right because someone has to go and take it.
Yeah.
Right? That's the one thing I kind of get upset about, because we dope at what we do and we're creating some really dope stuff, whether it's products, whether it's music, whether it's fashion style. And I'm not saying that any other counterpart can't learn about it and try to, hey, when it comes down to fashion music, hey, I like that. Can I join? There's nothing wrong with that.
With this, if you like her idea so much, you could have been an investor.
That's
You
what
didn't have to go and steal her stuff. And you could have been an investor. You could have been a brand ambassador.
That too. Product manager, advertiser, get the word out if you're so intrigued with this type of product, right?
Child.
That's why I always say it's good that, you know, when you have a product, unfortunately, go ahead and get that patent ready, right? Because I wonder, can you still sue somebody on a pending patent, or do you have to wait until it's granted?
I'm not sure. But what I
That is
am
a good
sure
question.
of is that this woman and Shelly Beans, y'all both need to go have several seats.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
I know.
Several
sad.
seats.
Sad about this
in
one.
that order.
Yeah, sad about that one. But we're rooting for this young Black entrepreneur, Brianna Askew. I think a lot of people are, and I'm here for the entrepreneurship too, because we're both entrepreneurs at certain levels. And a lot of people are trying to understand it, because sometimes you don't want to clock into somebody. Sometimes you don't want to answer to anybody if you have a bright idea and you want to become that entrepreneur, right? It's the same kind of thing, and we'll move on. But there's a gentleman he was on Shark Tank, and Mark Cuban Invests. It was a comb, I think, and it was for men's hair to make waves and to make it look the way it should look. And it was like a comb that he went on Shark Tank. He did his pitch on Shark Tank, and Mark Cuban, he loved it. He didn't steal it. He invested. Right? Now they're still making millions from this product. Right? I think that should be the way to go if our counterpart, doesn't matter really the color that much, but if a different counterpart wants to invest in our culture, that's the way you should do it, not just steal it, I feel. But we, Miss Brianna Askew, we're rooting for you. We are rooting for you. We are.
We're rooting for you, girl.
Yeah, it's sad.
But you know, on the spirit of talking about health and beauty. Our final story.
What happened, E?
So I was on social media and I shared this on my IG story the other day, and I was like, okay, this would be a good topic to talk about, because I grew up in this area. I'm a millennial, right? I was like, I had to shake the girls out, let them loose. But I heard this and I was like, okay, I can speak to this, because I remember coming up, elementary, middle school, high school, and this whole idea of makeup and stuff. But I'm gonna play it for y'all first, and then we'll talk about it.
Yes.
Want to talk about it? Here it goes.
What happened was,
we look so much older is because millennials was not allowed to wear makeup in middle school. Boys was not checking for you if you had makeup on. And when I'm talking about makeup, I'm talking about you could wear a little mascara, a little eyeliner, but the boys was not checking for the girlies with the foundation makeup. We're talking about Black people here. No, but white people's doing it. But it was not a flex to have weave or makeup. Like, it was a thing. They wouldn't even talk to you if your hair was fake. They will roast you so bad If you had weave outside of like braids or something, at least in Colorado where I'm from, Denver where I'm from, I cannot speak for anywhere else, but being a natural girly was a flip. And for me personally, we didn't even start wearing makeup till we was in our 20s. And y'all had to watch us fail in our 20s with thick ass eyebrows, raccoon eyes. Like, this is why they look older. They don't start wearing heavy ass foundation in middle school, high school. So y'all can come for me if you want, but he's in that Gen Z.
So the whole thing she's saying is that the reason why Gen Zers look so much older than millennials, and I agree. Like, I'll meet some Gen Z people, and I'll swear up and down in my heart of hearts that they're my age or older. And I was like, oh, so what year you graduate? And they'll tell me. Now, mind you, I got a younger sister who graduated high school in 2009. I graduated in 06. And they're like, oh, yeah, I graduated high school in 2019. I'm like... Yeah. And I said, how old are you? You know, and they'll tell me their age, or sometimes, even if it's not them graduating 2019, but like say they'll tell me that they're 23 or 22, and I had you at a smooth 40, because that's how you be looking. And then I was like, oh, I was like, well, I'm almost 40, and they're like, no, you're not. I'm like, yes, I am. Yeah. I was like, how old do you think I am? They're like 26. I'm like, baby, bless your heart. Yeah, I'll be 38 in November. Like, no, but I get told, you got such a youthful looking face, a baby face. But these Gen Zers be looking like, y'all be looking like y'all got a grandchild on the way. Yes. I'm like, be looking grown. And I can attest to what she's saying. Now, she made it about, the boys didn't really like a lot of girls with all that makeup. And it was just true when I was growing up, middle school. They really weren't checking like that. There was jokes. People would crack jokes on you if you had all that makeup stuff. I would always see the white girls with makeup on. They would have the foundation caked up, and you could see like where their jawline changes colors to their neck, and then they're getting these tanning beds, so some of them will look orange looking in certain places and real pale and pasty in other, and but as far as like black girl, like it was like maybe some eyeliner, maybe a little bit of mascara, maybe a little lip, and even that. You was gonna sneak most times to do that at school because you wasn't leaving your house with it. Our parents had played that. Because the second you try to put some lipstick and go to school, oh, so you think you grown? Who said you can wear some lipstick? Yeah. Like, so outside of you and the boys, it's like our parents weren't going for that like that. And the hair stuff, oh my God. Like, braids. So getting weave and get braids, that was normal, right? You got the box braids, you got the little bob or whatever with the braid. Braids was something normal. Stuff like you getting hair extensions and these ponytails and these bust downs, none of that. That was only for like special occasions. Like you got a sweet 16, you gonna get your hair done. Yeah. You got like a little middle school formal or something, some prom. I had a French bun or whatever, and my cousin did my hair. She put some weave up there and she had it slicked down. But like people would make fun of you if you had weaved it. They'll say stuff like, "Oh, you look unbelievable today." Like go get that horse's tail back. Like it was jokes. Like it was not a thing for us to walk around with all this weave and makeup. Yeah. Even eyelashes. Like I didn't even start putting on eyelash extensions until I was like in my 30s. If I did it in my 20s, it was like on a photo shoot. Yeah. That the makeup artist put it on me for the photo shoot. But me even putting my own, it started to like my 30s. And like I'm looking around these Gen Zers and even like kids now in middle school, they got these big old fanned out eyelashes. Oh, I'm like, y'all look like y'all in y'all 30s, and baby, you ain't cracked 14 yet.
It is. I want to say it's kind of nervous for, and I'll speak for sort of a male point of view. I guess what I'm saying, that even out in public, you would think that the women that you'll see, they look like they're in their 30s, and then you're like, oh, you look like you're in your 30s, but then you realize they way much younger than what they appear, and it's like, oop, I smell jail time. Yeah. I had a friend who got tricked. I was with a friend, and he met somebody way younger than him. Like, oh, you going to jail, buddy? You going to jail? As a joke, but it is true. Like these Gen Z kids, babies, they look like they're upper 30s, and it is the craziest thing ever. I've seen it. Sorry, gym goers, I gotta crack on us a little bit. I seen gym goers, the ladies with caked up makeup, sweating it out,
lace look
stitches
crunchy.
in.
What these are here? I call them the curtains. Them baby hairs be crunchy and dry.
Because you working out and you got all that stuff on. Like, man, who you trying to look cute for?
Right.
It is one of those things. I think when I was in middle school, and I don't think I was checking for a girl with makeup. I don't think.
Because it always gave fake, and makeup in our minds growing up.
Yeah.
Makeup was for older people. Like all these hair extender, that was older adult stuff.
Yeah.
Like we was cute and everything. Don't get it twisted. We had our little, if you got your hair permed or relaxed, in the black community we use those terms interchangeably. Yeah. But if you got your hair relaxed, you do your hair wrap, you go to bed, and when you get to school, you comb it down. You got your nice wrap going. Yeah. So you hit your hair swinging and things like that. But it was your hair. Yeah. Like again, we didn't all that extension stuff unless you had something like very, important that you were about to do. I remember in high school, I think was the only time that I really had a weave that stayed for a while. Because like I said, in middle school, we had an 8th grade prom. My cousin was a year older than me, and I went to his 8th grade prom with him. Mm-hmm. So I was in 7th grade. And I had my cousin did a French bun, which added some hair in it. But outside of that, when I was in high school, I ended up getting a quick weave because I wanted to try like a short cut, because I cut all my hair off in middle school, but I wanted to try a little shortcut. And the hairstyles at the time was like, really starting to get into doing the quick weaves where you put the cap on and like they glue. So I had a quick weave, but it looked so natural. Yeah. It looked like my natural hair. Now, mind you, it didn't last long because my scalp was itching up under there. I had to get rid of all that. I bet it off.
And I only say this because I have 2 sisters, and it's like I don't know how y'all do, because that would bug me so much.
Even now, when I'm on set and stuff, and I'm wearing a wig, as soon as they say cut, that's done for that scene, and I know I ain't got to film for a little bit. If I got a chance to take that wig off, I'm taking it off. Yeah. And I'll come back to it. But there were some comments that people wrote on here. I want to read some of them. Let's see. Meet Chrissy J says, wigs was for old people. Now 13-year-olds wearing them.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Higher Learning _ says Weavy Wonder was heavily used. Well, I tell you, we had terms. K with the Vibe says, forget the boys. Our parents didn't allow it, and some of us wasn't allowed to date either.
True. That is true.
Let me tell you something. Most people I know when I was growing up, you weren't allowed to date until 16. Now. Did some of us have little girlfriend and boyfriends before then? Yes. But you wasn't loud about it because the second your parents got whiff of that, they was cutting that off, right? Mm-hmm. But now I be seeing these kids 11 and 12 going on dates. I'm like, say what now?
Nah.
You better date them books. Ooh, I sound like an old head just now. You better date them books. Someone said, Jenny Lynn Film says, hey, that's not fair. Give them horses back their hair. Another one. She said, y'all remember that chant?
Yeah, we do.
This was from _Leah.Latrice says, bare face, wrap with highlights, and MAC lip gloss. That's it. Someone said, I am _royalty says, it's unbelievable how the times have changed.
Yeah.
Again, Black Girls Guide ATL says, makeup was just for prom. Like, we were not into all of that like that. It was just something that was,
I think it's just exploitment for these beauty companies. And they mentioned prom. Like, nowadays, and I haven't been going to prom. What I'm about to say next, I just see it on social media. The outfits are different. Way different.
Child, I was
like, whoa. They shouldn't be wearing that.
When I see these kids' outfits for prom, it automatically lets me know what their parents are like.
Yeah. Whoa.
Because there ain't no way I'm allowing my daughter to walk out this house half naked with a piece of string on.
Yeah, I like
there ain't no way I'm let my son walk out this house with no undershirt on, chest out, like he a grown man with just a suit jacket on. No, we ain't. No.
I'm sorry.
_Sour Patch.
You ain't grown enough for that.
_Sour Patch _ says, y'all remember that episode on Fresh Prince when he was locked in the closet with that girl and found out she had fake eye contacts, popped off her nails, lashes, and he lost it. Yes, because it was like, what the, you know?
Like, whoa.
Yeah.
Transformation.
I remember all this.
Yeah.
And then _ what's my name? What's my MF name says all the weave jokes from Martin were definitely repeated at school. Because Martin would make, because again, we would see actors, like actresses would weave in.
Yeah.
And on the Martin show, he used to crack jokes on Pam all the time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so that's one of the ones I think that's where Weavy Wonder came from. Because, you know, him and Pam used to come out, he said, it's not like that, a Weavy Wonder.
Yep.
Like, so we would repeat all that stuff. These kids look grown.
These kids don't even know who or what Martin is.
Not at all. And I'm just like...
They shrug when I say, yeah, I'm born in 1996. Like, the 1900s?
How dare you tell me?
Like,
how dare you look down upon the 1900s?
Yes.
Like, we ain't birthed you to be in the 2000s. Like, how dare you?
Yeah, they shrug. I'm like, squeeze me.
But child,
2005?
Some of y'all Gen Zers look elderly.
Yeah.
We're going to call it what it is.
Yeah. I think it's the lack of... And there are some parents who know right from wrong, but there's a lot of parents who don't, and parents don't care. And it's like, well,
and you got
it's cute, so she can rock it.
Some kids raising kids. That's a lot of it too.
I think when parents are not watching, and I'm really more keen on parents need to watch the young ladies, because there's a lot of weird creeps out there too. The way, and actually, no, I'll take that back, because that can go both ways. That can go both ways.
There's been so many people on like To Catch a Predator and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That were going to meet up with 13, 12-year-olds.
Yeah,
and they were
gross.
Little boys.
That's gross.
So being protective of our kids in general is important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, rock appropriate wear, makeup. And it sucks because I don't think it's gonna change. Unfortunately, I don't think. I think it's gonna be the same thing as we get older and these kids get younger. That's an expression, because we get older and there's more younger. That's the expression.
And it's not just little young girls wearing it either. They make foundation and eyeliner for guys too now. So some of those are wearing it. And another group that you would see sometimes wearing it would be the golf kids. Yeah. But they would just have like dark eyeliner on, or black lip. That's it though. But they, this is what I want to say. In high school, middle school, you know how they have like the spirit week?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And like they do different stuff. Yeah. Y'all need to have one of them days be a theme of no makeup.
Ooh, that would be a cool idea.
Cha.
That would be a cool idea. And people go post on TikTok, right? To get content.
A lot of it, sometimes I think it comes from peer pressure too. Everybody is trying to look their best for other people because they're so afraid of getting picked on and stuff. Yep. But what I would challenge those young people is a lot of times those same people who would try to bully somebody because, your face ain't beat, tell them to take their makeup off. Yeah. Let's see what they're hiding under there. Yeah. I kind of like, and for whoever my girlfriend is, yes, rock makeup when we're going somewhere, sure. But I want to see, take that off. Like if I'm going to the gym and she's like, babe, I'm coming, just putting on makeup, like, don't you put that shit on. You better go work out. You want me to take it off, Zadie? Take it off. We're going to go work out. I don't care. You look beautiful without it. Take it off. Because we're going to go sweat. And we're going to work out real hard. Catch my drift. Mm-hmm. Sorry. And on that note, I had to. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, we are officially back. Thank y'all so very much.
What had happened was...
Hey.
What had happened was...
Over in our podcast, yeah.
What had happened was...
We know y'all missed us.
Yeah, y'all missed us though.
But in case you need a reminder, I'm your girl, the one and only Evelyn Letitia. And to my left is my homeboy, Mr. Kennedy Lucas Patterson's K.L.P. Make sure y'all tune in next week to the one and only podcast that give you all the good commentary.
What had happened was...
Ow! Deuces.
What had happened was...
Made in